Welcome to today's Explainer. We're diving into something called the 1849 illusion and figuring out how to test true value in both life and business. Okay, let's dive into this. Just imagine for a second risking absolutely everything you have, crossing entire continents, enduring unimaginable hardship, all for a prize that turns out to be literally worthless. It's a deadly irony. During the gold rush, more men died chasing fool's gold than real gold. It's a staggering historical fact, isn't it? These guys weren't destroyed by the elements or the brutal journey. No, they were destroyed by an absolute inability to tell the difference between what was real and what merely looked real. It wasn't just a simple mix-up. It was a fatal error in judgment. They chased a shiny illusion, and that inability to distinguish substance from shine ended up costing them their lives. Section 1. The 1849 illusion. Sacrificing everything for a shiny promise. Let's set the historical context a bit to truly understand the immense personal cost these miners paid for what they thought was an absolute sure thing. Think about the extremes we'll go to based entirely on a promise. Day 1, 1849. These men walk away from everything. They leave their families, abandon their farms, literally leaving their entire futures behind. By week 4, they're out there enduring brutal conditions, crossing treacherous mountains and scorching deserts. And finally, around month 6, they roll into California. But they aren't exactly triumphant, right? They arrive totally exhausted, physically broken, and completely desperate to somehow justify the agonizing journey they just survived. The tension is incredibly high here. They absolutely have to find something to make all that suffering worthwhile. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is what they actually found. It's a tragic twist of nature, honestly. They found iron pyrite, famously known as fool's gold. Nature basically created a completely worthless substance with the exact same color and the exact same glitter in the pan as actual gold. The imitation perfectly mirrored reality. Just picture it. You're standing freezing in a river, swirling a pan, and you see that perfect golden glimmer catch the sunlight. To the untrained eye, well, it was the answer to all their prayers, the big payout for all their suffering. But it was a complete fabrication. They were literally building a future on something that was absolutely worthless. You see, a person who doesn't know what they're looking at, someone who can't properly evaluate reality, will pick up that little piece of iron pyrite and celebrate. They'll jump for joy and start building their entire future, their dreams, their whole identity around a rock that has zero intrinsic value. That is exactly how men lost everything during the gold rush. They just couldn't tell the real deal from a shiny fake. Section 2. Fool's gold in your life. The modern illusions we fall for. So let's step out of 1849 for a second and look directly at your own life right now. Think about that massive opportunity that recently landed on your desk. That flashy business deal or that new career path that looked absolutely perfect on paper. It had all the shine, all the promise in the world. Ask yourself, was it actual gold or was it fool's gold? Did it have real substance, or were you just mesmerized by the glitter in the pan? And we can easily extend this far beyond business. What about relationships? Think about the person who showed up in your life at exactly the perfect time, the one who seemed to have all the right answers and said all the right things. Were they real, or were they just a highly convincing imitation? Did they have the actual substance to be a true partner, or was it just a shiny reflection of what you so desperately wanted to see? And what about your social circle? Look at the people cheering for you in public, the ones giving you the absolute loudest applause when you're winning. Are they gold, or are they just reflective when the light hits them right? Do they only shine because you are currently shining? It's a really tough question, I know, but it is absolutely crucial for figuring out who actually stands beside you. The whole reason we fall for these modern illusions is rooted in a fundamental human flaw. The shine stops the questions. It's true. Most of us never really test what is sitting right in front of us because the superficial shine is enough. It looks good, it feels good in the moment, so we just stop digging. We accept the surface-level glitter and completely bypass the hard work of verifying the core substance. Section 3. Testing for real gold. Discovering what actually has weight. So, the crucial point is, how do we stop falling for the illusion? How do we discover what actually has weight in our lives? Well, the answer lies in comparing the two metals. And this brilliantly illustrates a perfect blueprint for evaluating reality. Look at fool's gold on the right. It's light, it's superficial. The second you put it under heat or pressure, it just shatters. It crumbles completely. It only looks valuable until you test it. But now look at real gold on the left. Real gold is heavy. It grounds you. It has tangible, undeniable weight.
And most importantly, it endures pressure without cracking. Actually, real gold becomes more refined under heat. You see, everybody in your life shines. Everybody talks a good game when things are easy. But not everybody has weight. Not everybody endures when the real pressure comes.
And here is a really profound truth you need to remember. Real gold doesn't always catch the light. Sometimes the most valuable things, and for sure the most valuable people in your life, are not the loudest, the flashiest, or the most outwardly impressive. They don't always glitter the way fool's gold does. And that is exactly what makes real value so incredibly easy to miss and so incredibly hard to replace once you finally find it.
Let's move to and see how this builds into a practical, everyday framework. Here is your actionable methodology for testing exactly what is in front of you, whether it's a big business deal or a new relationship. First, ignore the shine. The shine means absolutely nothing. Second, check for weight. Does this opportunity or this person have real substance and depth? Third, apply pressure. How does this deal hold up under scrutiny? How does this person react when things get incredibly difficult? And finally, look for consistency. Real gold doesn't change its properties just because the weather changed.
Which brings us to our final takeaway. In business, in relationships, in life, not everything that glitters is gold. The miners of 1849 paid for this lesson with their lives. But you have the opportunity to apply it today without the fatal cost. Once you find something you think is valuable, test it. Test everything. Don't let the shine stop your questions. The next time a golden opportunity presents itself, ask yourself, does it have weight? Will it endure pressure? And is it consistent? Are you holding real gold, or are you just staring at the glitter in the pan?